All right, man. Torture Talk. Like, share, subscribe to the page. Hit the thumbs up button if you like the content. Hey, man, look. I got this hat on because I'm going to be reviewing Samurai. And also, too, to let y'all know, if I bend my head down like this, the light's going to get dim. That's when it's going to get dark. If I bend my head up, light's going to get, light. So, before I get into that, thank y'all for everybody subscribing. I really appreciate y'all. Also too, if you like the content, subscribe. Consider subscribing. I would love to have you over here. I work very hard. I'm not perfect, as you can see. I'm trying some things here. I don't have no merch, so came to the wrong place for merch. Anyway, I do have content, and that's what you're here for. So we're gonna get into this Lupe. And I'm gonna talk about the album. I'm not gonna go track by track. I'm gonna talk about certain tracks that I like, certain tracks I didn't, and I'm gonna give an overall consensus of what I believe and how I feel about this project and how it relates to Amy Winehouse and all this stuff. And hey, let's get it. So look, Lupe dropped the album called Samurai, and for out the gate, to me, this album sounds like, it does sound like an inspiration album. It does. It sounds like something that I think that he, like a passion project. This is what it sounds like to me. It sounds like something that he really wanted to do and didn't know how to do it or how to get it off the ground. He finally did it. And for the most part, from the first song, Samurai, I kind of like how he approached the beat, but at the same time, I'm really not really feeling these type of beats no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of these beats to me, they sound dated. They sound like something from the early 2000s, or I'm sorry, early 1990s. You know what I'm saying? And I know some people, they like that. You know what I'm saying? They get that, and it makes them feel a certain type of way. But for me, I don't know. I just didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? I liked Samurai. Mumble rap was okay to me. A lot of these songs, I'm just gonna be straight with y'all. A lot of these songs were just okay. It wasn't nothing to me that made me want to go back and listen to it again. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't really feel this style of music anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel this over the top, super lyrical stuff no more. I'm a lyricist, and I just don't feel it like that no more. I like straight to the point, but you're really good at what you do. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? I can't even say I don't really like super lyricism. I'm just going to say, sometimes you can be so lyrical that people just don't want to listen to you. And that's what the stage I am with Lupe right now. I just really don't want to listen to him no more. Because to me, I just feel like, and I know he's not doing this. Trust me, believe. I know he's not. I just feel like I just feel like he's saying the same thing over again in every song. And I know people are gonna say, "Well, that's because you don't get it." I do get it. I get everything he's talking about. I understand exactly what he's saying, but I just feel like it's the same thing. I feel like everything he does is just on repeat. To me, it's nothing groundbreaking. He ain't doing anything to me that's different from what he did 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years ago. Everything he's doing sounds similar to that. He hasn't grown as an artist to me. And I know that might be scary to some of y'all. Y'all might flip out. But he hasn't. He hasn't grown as an artist. All the stuff that he's doing now is boring as hell. I'm just going to be honest with y'all. I know y'all probably hate to hear it, but it's boring. What he's doing is boring. I don't want to listen to it. I damn near fell asleep listening to it. Does the music have meaning? Does the song have meaning? Yes, it does. But I don't care because it's boring. It's like being in a certain class where you like the subject, but the teacher is just boring as shit. He's just rambling on. That's how I feel like Lupe. I feel like he's just rambling on. It's like, bro, I get it. You're a concept guy. We all get it. And I get it that this may be from the concept of Amy Winehouse being a battle rapper. It's like, okay, who asked for that though? You know what I'm saying? I know some of y'all saying, well, that's just him. You got to understand. That's genius. To me, it's not. It's not. I feel like anybody can do stuff like this. Anybody. Maybe they might not be as lyrical as him, but anybody can pick up something and say, would you be impressed if Soulja Boy said that he's going to do an album inspired by George Michael's? Would you be eager to hear that from a battle rapper's perspective? George Michael's. That's how I feel about this album. I feel like, so what? So? Like, who cares? I want to hear you do something that's going to push you to another level. To me, this is just you. You've been doing this. You've been doing concept things. You made a project building into a robot one time. I get it. You like to do that type of stuff. And I still, maybe I'm misinformed. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I don't. But I still don't understand how Samurai is connected to Amy Winehouse. Maybe you guys, mental gymnastic, intellectual Lupe Fiasco fans can explain it to me. But I don't understand how does that relate to her. Maybe because he's a black belt and he likes Japanese anime, but I don't understand how that relates to Amy Winehouse. And don't hit me with the acronyms of Amy and Winehouse and all of the, Bruce Lee sipped on wine and it relates to them. Don't hit me with none of that. Don't. I'm just saying. I feel like Lupe used to inspire me to write harder. Now now that I'm grown and I'm older, he's not impressive to me anymore. This is just regular to me because he did this already. Not this exactly, but he did this type of rap already. If he claims that he's not him, because I don't think he does, but if people claim that he is one of the greatest lyricists of all time, then they need to hold his feet to the fire and say, look, bro, you got to grow as an artist. He has not grown as an artist. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say. Most of his music sounds the same. It does. So you could hit me with, well, this is his style. Okay. Every legend you pick up, they grew. Every one of them. This is why, to me, he will be a legend by default, but he will never be in the conversation of greatest of all time. Never. Because he is just a great lyricist and does really good concepts. That's it. Production ain't that great. On this album, it ain't. Lasers it is. And the Cool it is. This one here, somebody said, well, he was the one that played the horn throughout the album. I don't care. So what? It still sound corny. So what, he played the horn? Big deal. It didn't sound fire. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm just saying. All the songs that I heard on here, the Palace and Number One, that sounds like the same exact song. I know it's not, and I know he's rapping something different, but sonically, it sounds the same. 90% of the songs on this album sound the same. And now if you want to go into this album saying, okay, I'm a Lupe fan and I like this type of music and it's an acquired taste, and I recognize that this is not for everybody. Cool. I'm 100% with you, because then I could say, okay, this is a great album. But I'm not going into it like that, because I don't judge rappers no more like that. To me, if you're going to be considered because right now, there's really only a couple of rappers being talked about, and he's one of them. So if you're one of the rappers that's being talked about, you can't just be all lyrics. You can't. I don't know if y'all know this, but lyricism is not the focal point anymore. And I wish people would understand that. That's not coming back, because you have to have the total package to do it. And to me, he's been rapping similar or the same for years. And I know people don't say, oh no, you crazy. I can't believe you're saying this. He has not grown as an artist. He has not. He does the same thing that he's been doing. I haven't heard nothing that was like, okay, that right there is I would even argue that he actually got worse. Because the albums that he did, Lasers and The Cool, was way better than anything he did after that. All the other stuff he did is like, what is this? And I know some of y'all live and die by these albums. But for me, it's just, I don't know. It could just be a passion project and it's just for him. But I just don't get it. So I ran it long enough. I give this album a strong 7. A strong 7. I think that I can respect that Lupe is a super good lyricist. I can respect that. You know what I'm saying? I can't take that away from him. He has a gift. But I also want y'all to understand one thing about this. It's not about that, because just because you are a great lyricist doesn't make you overall great. There's a lot of rappers who were great lyricists and they wasn't overall great. I just think that to me, the Lupe of now is lacking a lot of things. He's very high on a lyrical bar, but all the other things I feel like he's lacking. He's not interesting anymore. And I think that him creating a concept is kind of a mask for him to pretend like he's interesting in a way, but he's really not. He's really not interesting anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like I don't know. I just feel like he lost his way. And I know a lot of people are going to disagree with this, but maybe in 5 years you'll understand what I'm saying. But I just feel like he lost his way. If you are a lyricist and you like just lyrics, this is the one for you. This is it for you. You know it. But me being a lyricist, and on top of that, I like people who push the envelope. I like people who try to break the mold. This ain't doing nothing. This is going to be forgotten about in 2 weeks. It's just going to be another Lupe album that people think is a masterpiece or a classic, all his fans. That's it. Other than that, you ask any regular person, well, what is this? The art, listen, and I'm going to end this. I want y'all to understand something. The art of lyricism, the way you become a super great lyricist is you have to be able to dumb it down at times and still be fire for your fans and people who never heard you before. If you are on the level of just rapping super lyrical all the time, you're only going to develop a cult-like fan base. That's it. Because if you was to put this on for the normal ear, the normal person, they're not going to know what you're talking about. And it's just going to be something that you just did. I ain't going to say for nothing, but just for your fans. because what I want y'all to understand is rappers do things for the fans, whether it's their fans or whether it's other fans. Nobody just does stuff for themselves. And if you do, 9 times out of 10, you're on SoundCloud, or you just rapping in your own house, or that's it. And you ain't really putting nothing out. But for me, I feel like he lost his way. And I feel like he hasn't pushed the envelope anymore. He doesn't do anything that's groundbreaking to me. It's just a guy who's really good at lyrics and just still rapping. He's a dinosaur. That's what Lupe is. But either way, hey man, you know what it is, man. Combat Combo, Torture Talk, Sketchpad Podcast. Look me up, man. Listen. Hey man, talk amongst yourselves in the comments. I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate. I know I'm gonna get a lot of love. We could always agree to disagree. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Agree to disagree. I know some of y'all gonna say this is a masterpiece. I know some of y'all gonna say shit boring as shit. Either way, I'm glad we could talk. I'm glad that he did do something, because it's for content and people could talk about it. All right, man. So I'll see you. Peace. Bye.